Hi everyone. My name is Emily. I'm from Cambridge in the UK.
My name's Gabriel. I'm from Birmingham, also in the UK. And we're currently at the Ponte Lungo School in Rome. If there's anyone there, please say hi, tell us your name and where you're from. We'd like to know.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, we've got a couple of people watching.
Yeah.
At least. Okay. So we're going to talk about goals during this hour in this focus activity. Setting goals, future perfect, and future perfect continuous, which is always fun. Can't get by in English without the future perfect continuous.
No, I use it all of the time.
So please do introduce yourselves, guys. Let us know who you are and where you are. And feel free to answer any of the questions as well. We would like to interact with you as much as possible.
It's great if we can interact,
Yeah. What do you hope to have accomplished by this time next year, Gabriel?
By this time next year, I hope to have improved my Italian. Being stuck here at the moment, I guess there's not much I have on my plate other than that for the moment. I don't know. What are you thinking? I hope to have been let out of the quarantine, I think. Okay.
Everyone's having lunch. Yeah, we hope to have escaped from quarantine.
To have escaped quarantine by this time next year.
Yeah.
What do you? I'm not sure if that's an accomplishment necessarily.
I don't know. Yeah, I hope to have improved my Italian as well. Hi, Concetta.
Concetta from
nice to meet you. By this time next year.
What do you hope to have accomplished by this time next year, Concetta?
Yeah.
We're on the first one.
Question 1.
Yeah.
I hope to. I would like to move to Paris or to France, somewhere in France.
Yeah.
Is a goal of mine. So by this time next year, I hope to have found a job in France somewhere. I hope particularly in Paris or in a big city in France. And I'm just gonna ignore the coronavirus and the gloom that sets over all future
decisions at
this point. Yeah.
Yes.
What habits do you hope to have changed or created by next year?
Created by next year.
Do you have any bad habits that you want to stop?
By this time next year.
Okay, so we need to be a little careful with your grammar, Concetta. So we're using the future perfect. Sorry. If you look at the question number 1, what do you hope to have accomplished? So you've used the will, which is great, but not I'll be found a new job, but I will have found. Because it's a perfect tense, we always need the auxiliary verb to have with a past participle.
Yeah, so, I'll and found is grand. You just need to use the verb to have in this instance, yeah. By this time next year, I hope I'll have found a new job.
Yeah,
great. Excellent.
Perfect.
Okay.
Maybe she already realised that before we corrected.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any bad habits that you hope you will have changed?
I procrastinate too much, and that's always something I hope to have changed, but often don't. I am a serial procrastinator. I hope to have improved my ability to begin tasks more quickly. I think procrastination is a vicious cycle, I think.
I'm very similar, actually. Yeah. But I've almost given up on ever changing.
I'll try to change it. I've tried to break the habit of procrastination by doing something productive to procrastinate.
Oh, I see.
Something which I need to do anyway, but
that's good.
Doesn't hurt as much as starting the big thing, in a way.
Yeah, that's a good method.
Yeah, I mean, I try, but
yeah.
What habits do you hope to have changed or created by next year, Concetta, or anyone else watching for that matter? Yeah.
Yeah.
Our other viewer.
Yeah.
What habits do you hope to have changed or created?
I think by next year I hope to have started cooking again a bit more, because I used to cook more, be more adventurous.
Okay, right. You hope you'll have tried more adventurous recipes and that kind of
and got more in the habit of cooking for pleasure, which I don't really do these days. I cook lots of basic things.
It takes a lot of energy and a lot of, I think, foresight too, doesn't it? And
planning. Yeah. But I have no bad habits. Nothing to change.
Nothing to, I know.
I'm kidding. I have so many bad habits.
Since I started a healthier lifestyle during this quarantine, I hope by next year I'll have maintained it and made it a habit. Yeah.
I think that's
nice.
Perfect. Yeah.
Really good. Oh yeah, Concetta. Sorry, my name's Gabriel. I'm from Birmingham in the UK.
Yeah, and I'm Emily from Cambridge in the UK, and we're in Rome.
Yeah.
We both teach at the Ponte Lungo School in Rome.
Yeah.
Great.
I started a healthier. Yeah, nice example. Yeah, I hope to have begun more exercise, running. Nice to meet you as well.
You're going to start running during the
quarantine?
I
started no, but I don't know. I hope to. Perhaps I hope to have gone vegan again. Because I was vegan for a little bit, but since moving to the land of cheese and fantastic cheeses, it's been very difficult. But I don't know. I perhaps hope to have become vegan again, but maybe difficult with all of this delicious mozzarella. I don't know.
Yeah. But it's interesting that Concetta says she started a healthier lifestyle during the quarantine.
What do you mean by your healthier lifestyle? Do you mean in terms of eating, Concetta?
Clara,
hi again. This time next year, I hope I'll.
Yeah. So okay. I think, Clara, for your idea, you're imagining something for this time next year, which is good. I hope I'll still be able. Let me write this out more clearly. So we're trying to use the future perfect, but let's just look at this sentence you've given us. I hope I will still be able to go traveling, I think we would say for that. Right?
I hope I'll still be able to. Yes.
I'll hope
it's not present perfect.
No, I know, but I just want to.
Future. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll still. I hope I'll still be able to go traveling, or where is it? I hope that I'll have still been able to go traveling. If you wanted the present,
I'm not sure this really works in the future perfect. I was gonna then talk about.
Okay.
How we use it.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. So your example, Clara, was very nice. So yes, I hope that traveling will be possible this time in a year. The future perfect, though, we use, if you look at the lesson here, what do you hope to have accomplished? So we take a point in the future and we look back towards today to describe something that happens between now and that future point. So we don't know when exactly, but it happens before this time next year. This does exist in Italian as well, this tense. So not something that will be in course this time next year, but something that happens before this time next year. When we have this preposition by, it means before when we use it with a time phrase.
Okay, cool.
I hope that was clear.
Yeah, she says, Clara said, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that looking back from again, isn't it? Like you were saying, I think looking back from that future point.
Yeah.
Rather than what's in course.
Yeah.
But that kind of changes a bit when you have the continuous, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Okay. And Concetta, yes, I'm trying to eat more fruits and sweets and foods. And I'm trying to do my workout 3 or 4 times a week. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you do it in your room then? Or you
yeah.
Do you do your workout in your room, Concetta?
Yeah, I wish I had a yoga mat.
That would be very useful.
Before all of this happened.
Yeah.
That would have been good. All right.
What do you want to have achieved by the end of the day, Emily?
That's an interesting question. I want to have planned a little bit for tomorrow's webinars.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to have done a bit of extra work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good, Concetta. I'm just looking at your thing.
Yeah.
That's good that you already had some equipment for exercising at home.
Yeah.
What do you want to have achieved by the end of the day?
I want to have done my laundry. That's about it. I don't have grand plans for Morgana. By this time next year, I hope I'll have got on my work again. I'll have on with my work again. Got on.
Or maybe just gone back to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your future perfect is really good there, Morgana. If your name is Morgana.
Mm-hmm.
Got on my work. We wouldn't say in English. I hope I'll have got on my work, but I hope I will have started work again.
Mm-hmm. Or gone back, or gone back to work, or returned to work. Yeah.
Gone back to work. Yeah. And
Concetta for number 3. I want to finish the book I'm reading.
Yeah.
Great.
What book are you reading? It's probably Italian, actually. I probably won't know. Okay, should we go on?
Yeah.
Okay, more conversation. What goals have you reached over the last year? Should we say the past 5 years?
Yeah, over the past 5 years, potentially. You go.
Well, I've moved to Italy. Morgan. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah. Morgan.
Great. Okay.
Moving abroad was a goal.
Yeah.
So I've moved abroad and lived abroad for a while.
All right. Okay.
Oh, nice. Harry Potter. Good.
The fourth chapter of the first book, or the 4th book?
I think she probably means
of Fire.
The 4th book. Yeah.
But if I remember correctly.
It is, yeah. It's the one with the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Concetta, we would say Usually the chapters are the sections within the one book, but probably you mean the fourth book of the saga.
In the series or the saga, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you reading it in English?
That would be good if it was in English.
That was a question, sorry.
No, I got it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. What
these are very number 2 is very similar. I don't know. I don't have a particular goal, so it's difficult to answer the rest of these questions if you don't have a clear goal in mind.
Do you guys have any particular goals you would like to accomplish within
the next year?
The next year or the next 5 years, up to you. It could be a short period of time or...
Yeah, I guess just generally in your lives.
In your lives, yeah.
What are your goals?
Yeah. I don't like to plan too much, so I don't... particularly in kind of unstable times, I think,
too. Planning is difficult these days.
I don't know, yeah. I applied to some universities for some master's courses, so potentially...
Did you?
I did, yeah.
For this
I did
year?
before I came here, though, yeah.
So 2020 start?
Potentially 2020 start, but I don't know if there'll be a postponement now, so it could be the year after. Or I could not get in. Depends. These are not UK ones, though.
European universities.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The 4th book in the series, the Italian version. I bought it when I was a teenager, and now I'm reading it again. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's good.
Cool.
That's good. I think the Harry Potter books, particularly if you know them very well, they're quite good to read in English if you ever want some practice reading in English.
I've heard that's one of the best things to read, possibly, because there's so much of it, isn't there? And then they're translated into almost any language known to.
Yeah, even Latin.
Even Latin, yes.
Yeah. So in the last 5 years, I think I've reached all the all the skills for my job.
We tend to say reached goals or reached targets, that kind of thing. Skills tend to be something you have. I think they tend to be
or develop.
Yeah, you have or develop. Yeah, we don't really reach skills so much. You could develop or acquire skills, I think, to your person. You reach goals and potentially achievements and targets, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
In fact, not achievement either. I think you
can reach an achievement. I think that's fine.
Reach an achievement. Okay, potentially. I would just say I achieve rather than reach an achievement.
Yeah, maybe that's better.
Okay. Concetta, of the last 5 years, I have taken a university degree and a master's degree. I don't know if it's correct to use the verb to take.
Great point. Not quite correct to use take a degree. You can get a degree. If you want just a kind of informal verb. I have got a university degree and a master's degree, or I've completed
in this sense, yeah. But get could mean, get is such a vague but general term. I guess it means both studied, completed, and achieved the award.
Yeah,
it's the entire thing. Yeah, get. I've got a university degree and a master's degree.
Yeah.
Yes. Good.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, well, let's go.
Let's
we go forward. Okay, so we have some verbs to talk about here. Maybe actually before we look at this, let's do this question here. Do you prefer to always have a game plan, or do you fly by the seat of your pants? So we have two expressions here in English, which kind of have opposite meanings. So to have a game plan just means to have a plan.
To have a plan, yeah. It's. I think it's
maybe a strict plan.
To me, it's almost like a phrase that people use to make planning sound more fun and more strategic.
Yeah.
To have a game plan.
But strategic is good,
I think, as well.
A strategic plan.
Yeah. This second phrase, I don't think I've ever used.
No, me neither. To fly by the seat of your pants. I would
improvise.
Say go with the flow.
To go with the flow, yes.
I much prefer this.
To go with the flow.
I feel like to go with the flow is what I do, but I don't think I fly by the seat of my pants. That just sounds weird.
Improvise more. To improvise. To go with the Tao.
The what?
To follow the Tao.
I don't know what that is.
The Tao is the in Taoism.
Right.
Is like the flow, the course of the universe, I think. To go with the flow. The flow of the river.
Yeah. So to go with the flow means to improvise, to improvise and to take events as they come. Yeah. I think it has a positive sense to go with the flow.
I think so, yeah.
It doesn't mean that you're lazy. It just means that you accept what comes and work with the situation.
Yeah. To adapt and to change. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys prefer? What do you guys do? Do you prefer to always have a game plan or to go with the flow? Ignore this, I would say. It's weird. I wonder if Americans say that. I've never heard an American say that either.
No. It seems more American because it's got pants. I don't think it's talking about underwear.
Pants.
What do you feel, guys? Which expression describes you better? I'm assuming you're more of a go with the flow.
I'm definitely more of a go with the flow. Yeah. I'm go with the flow, and every now and again I'll have a game plan, and then I'll go with the flow again.
Yeah.
The game plan, the strategy I draw upon to switch direction, and then I'll go into the flow again. In this weird, weird board game kind of map of my life, I think. What about you? Do you have a game plan, and do you go with the flow?
You talking to me? Or to the people?
I started talking to you, but then we've got some flies here.
Yeah. So Clara says, I prefer to go with the flow, no plan except working. Yeah.
Because even if I can't achieve it helps me to stay on track. To stay on track is nice as well. Yeah.
That's a perfect sentence, Concetta. Really good.
Really lovely. Let's go with the flow, no plan except working. Good.
Both good sentences from Clara and from Concetta.
Well done, guys. Yeah. And do you prefer to go with the flow? Would you have a game plan?
I almost never have a game plan. I do for work. I do if I have some new task that I have to do. If I'm teaching something that I have never taught before, I would plan. I create a game plan. I plan quite carefully, especially because with teaching you always have an audience. So I find it very important to know
to read. Unless
I'm already confident with that type of activity, then I prefer to have something clear to follow. But otherwise, yeah. So maybe I'm the same as Clara.
Yeah, and Morgana. I trust Karma, and I spent my life going with the flow. Yeah,
that's a really nice phrase. I've spent my life plus a gerund. I've spent my life going with the flow. That's good. Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, right. Let's move on to the phrases. So it's a matchup. It's a matchup using the phrasal verbs here. Prepositions are always fun attached to phrasal verbs. Okay, and we can discuss these. Okay, I'll read the ones on the right. So we have prepare for something, formulate a detailed scheme, make arrangements in advance, and be ready for something. And we have to plan out, to plan for, to plan on, to plan ahead. So to plan out.
Yeah, what do you guys think for plan out?
Yeah.
We could call this 1, 2, 3, 4.
So to plan out, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is that you? Yeah. Cool. Don't panic. I can take it. I can handle it. Yeah. So which of the definitions is best for plan out?
Yeah. It's the Robin Hood text. Nobody ever calls me unless I'm on a lesson.
I think we're going to get all the answers come through at once.
Probably, yeah. To plan out
is 2. I think Clara maybe is talking about the number 3.
Okay.
And Morgan says second as well. Well, good. So Concetta and Morgan. That's good. That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah. To plan out, to formulate a detailed scheme. I think this is a good definition. If you plan something out, it means that you plan in a lot of detail.
Yeah.
Good.
And almost spend a lot of time doing it, I think.
Yeah.
To really brainstorm something and to plan it out in. Yeah. Maybe not brainstorm, it's different.
Yeah.
So the second one, to plan for.
Okay, I think there's a decent definition for this one as well. I think it works. Oh, actually, wait. These are confusing.
This one is a little bit weird. This one I'm happy with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So I think Concetta's correct. It could be 1 or 4. Yeah. So to plan for, I
agree. I think it could be either.
Yeah. But Morgan is right. I think the answer is number 1. But Concetta, that's true. It could be number 4 as well. So I didn't plan for the quarantine.
Yes.
What are you thinking? You need to verbalize your thoughts.
No, I'm sorry. It's because I don't want to give.
Oh, the answers.
Yeah, but it's almost. No, it's fine. Let me just formulate some things in my head here first. These are quite tricky, guys.
Yeah. To plan for, to prepare for something. I'm planning for my party. I'm planning for your birthday. I think that works. Gabe's doing some very complicated calculations.
I feel like plan for is follow. I feel like to plan on is followed by a gerund. A gerund.
Definitely, yeah.
Whereas to plan for, you can't. I don't think you. I think you have to use a gerund bit to plan on, don't you? Whereas to plan for, you don't necessarily have to use a gerund.
That's true.
You could say to plan for a party. You can't say to plan on a party.
No.
You can say to plan on hosting a party.
Yeah.
I think that's potentially quite an important.
And this that's good, and that goes with what Conchetta's saying, that she doesn't understand the difference. So we'll give you this one. To plan on is to be ready for something, and you're right that there is not, in the meaning, in the sense of the verbs, there isn't a difference really. It's a grammatical difference actually. So to plan for should have a noun, like to plan for a party or to plan for a holiday, whereas to plan on needs a gerund. So it needs an activity with the ing form. I plan on reading my book tonight.
For the party. Plan for the party.
I'm planning for my trip. I'm planning for the party.
Okay, I'll put it in the email, I'll put it in the present continuous. I'm planning for the party.
Good, Conchetta. That's.
I plan on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's perfect.
That's quite a difficult thing to formulate in your head, though.
And I think the definition isn't very good, to be ready for something.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're ready. It means that you want to do it.
Yeah. Maybe it's in the sense of being ready, being in the state of. No, it's not. No. Yeah. No. It describes you. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I hope that's clear. Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes because we can't see the students' reactions, we over-explain a bit. I mean, I definitely do.
Yes.
Like we talk and talk because we don't realize if it's clear for you guys or not.
So sorry if you've got that initially, and then we spent 2 extra minutes explaining.
Okay, and then to plan ahead.
Yeah, I'm happy with that one. To make arrangements in advance.
Yeah.
Ahead of something.
Oh, okay. So then it's just the things. Okay.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay, we've got some complex grammar coming up. Okay. Okay, so we're looking at ways to construct the future perfect and the future perfect continuous. So we have an example here. By the time she finishes writing her novel, she will have been writing for 3 years. So this is kind of difficult to describe without a board. I usually draw lots of diagrams to explain this kind of thing. But it's this part here. This is the future perfect continuous. So if the future perfect simple describes an action that happens in the future, but before a certain point, the future perfect continuous describes an action that starts in the future and finishes at a certain point, or Yeah, and the important thing is the duration of the activity. So by the time she finishes her novel, this is the point in the future. At this point here, she will have been writing for 3 years. And so we have the duration here. We could say, I don't want to. In 5 minutes, which is at 12:40, Gabe and I will have been teaching for 1 hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we started at 11. So we take a point in the future and then we describe the duration of an action until that moment.
Yes, leading up to that moment.
Yeah.
Whereas the future perfect, if you're using that moment, what you're looking back on may well have finished before that point.
Yeah.
Usually.
I think it has to have finished.
Yes.
No, you could say I will have lived there for 3 years at that point. Okay, ignore.
Yes. With this one, with the future perfect continuous, crucially, this has to have been going.
It has to be in course until that particular moment in the future. Yeah.
And potentially could be.
And could continue.
Could continue into the future beyond that point.
Okay, let's look at Conchetta's example. So Conchetta, your example here, like you said earlier in the lesson, that was perfect for the future perfect. Because the verb finish, the action of finishing your book is before you go to bed. The verb to finish actually is almost never continuous. Because to finish something happens in a moment.
A point, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not a long continuous action.
If you said something like, I think if you were using I think reading.
Reading is good.
In this instance, by the time I go to bed, I will have been reading my book, and then often for a period of time, for a length of time.
Yeah, if you read your book until the moment that you go to bed. Yeah. We could say, so Conchetta, let me give you a question. By the time you finish your book, how long will you have been reading it? Let me write this out. By the time
I will have been reading it.
Oh, right. That's great.
That's fine. Yeah.
In fact, I don't need to write this. That's perfect. Good. Because to read is a long activity. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a far more continuous activity than finish can be, really.
Yeah. So I will have finished my book is great. Future perfect, simple. But because future perfect continuous, it has to be a long activity in course over a period of time. I think we're going to have some. Okay, we got an example.
By the time she finishes writing her novel, she will have been writing for 3 years. By 7 p.m., I will have been working for 12 hours straight.
Great, Conchetta, again.
Perfect.
Yeah.
By the time I finish my book, I will have been reading it for 2 weeks. Excellent.
That's great. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so maybe you guys could make some examples with these first parts. We can do some examples as well. So get home is not really relevant for anyone these days. We're all at home. But by the time I finish working, so we finish at 6 p.m. today. So by the time I finish working, I will have been working for 7 hours. On and off.
On and off.
7 hours of intense concentration. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do some work in between anyway.
Yeah. By the time I get home, I will have been avoiding Carabinieri cars for 7 hours on and off.
Yeah.
By
this time next year, I've got one.
Go on.
By this time next year, I will have been living in Italy for 3.5 years. If I'm that's if I'm in Italy still.
Yes.
And let me change that, because maybe I won't be in Italy, in which case the future perfect continuous doesn't work. By this time next year, I will have been living abroad for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Less than 3.5 years. For 3 years.
Yeah, that's a better one because that's less interrupted, isn't it? The work one, I guess. Unless we were doing lessons really for... Or I suppose you said you were working in between as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you by this time next year?
By this time next year,
and guys, do write your own examples, because this is quite good. I mean, often for speaking activities, this kind of setup doesn't really work. But here, this is a good opportunity for us to correct your grammar and your grammar structures, because this is quite a complex type of structure.
And obviously not one that you use very often, I think.
No.
The very fact that this is difficult to create examples for, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it describes a very particular circumstance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not easy, Conchetta. It's not easy for us either. Yeah. I'm trying to think of continuous actions that I'm doing in my life at the moment.
I could say by tonight, when did the quarantine start?
Last Tuesday.
So and today is Thursday. So by tonight, I will have been going slowly crazy in quarantine for 9 days.
Excellent. By this time next year, I will have been looking for a new house for 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
You're reeling out the examples. That's fantastic.
Perfect example, Conchetta. Yeah, that's great. It's a shame that it's taking such a long time to find a new house, but it's a really good example grammatically. So, guys, we want everyone writing us examples if you can. Who else did we have? I'm going to try and name.
We had
Morgan, Clara. I think that's everyone that's been writing to us.
If you're still there, Clara and Morgana, please. It's a difficult construction, definitely.
This is a good opportunity for you to practice, and then you'll probably never have to use it again. Yeah. So, okay. Here, this is a nice, clear... Oh, she made it up.
Good,
okay.
Good.
This is a nice, clear model for you guys to use. So you just need to put the sentence together. By the time I da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then here we need another subject. I will have been, and then you need to find something to go here. So I could say, by the time I retire. Oh, this is actually quite difficult to do. By the time I
retire.
Jesus. I'll have been alive for maybe 70 years. Because the retirement age.
That's not continuous.
Yeah.
By the time I retire, climate change will have been wreaking havoc on the world for probably 50 years at this point, because pensions probably won't exist. No, 50 years anyway, probably.
Yeah. Even more.
Yeah, because you could effectively do something that's been happening in the world as well.
Yeah.
These things don't necessarily have to be.
The subject doesn't have to be I in all cases. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you could flip it round. By the time this such and such an event in the world happens.
Yeah.
Conjecture. By the time I get married, I will have been living with my parents for more than 30 years. Good. Yeah. Excellent example.
Yeah. Very nice grammar.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. We want more examples. Conchesa's doing fantastically. Yeah, we could imagine some different situations. By the time sea levels rise.
That's a continuous action, though, a little bit, isn't it? Oh, but or
no,
two such and such
and sorry. But by the time sea levels rise 6 inches.
Okay. Yeah.
Humans will have been ignoring the situation for maybe not even that long a time, because it's going to happen
6 months. Yeah.
For 20 years.
Yeah.
Or by the end of this year, climate change will have been getting closer and closer to irreversible.
Yeah, by the time humans realise the damage they've made to the climate, millions of species of animals will have been suffering. Yes, because going extinct would be a fixed point. By the time I retire, I'll have been working for more than 35 years. Great example, Clara.
Yeah, very good.
For more than 35 years. Fantastic.
Yeah. And more than is good.
Yeah. Any more? We have 1 minute, guys. Can you think of one last example? I wonder if this exercise is easier for people who plan.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I wonder if people who plan. I wonder if people who plan use the future continuous perfect more than people who don't.
Yeah.
Or the future perfect, for that matter.
Yeah. The duration doesn't have to be a specific time phrase. I could say by this weekend, I will have been sitting in my bedroom for days and days, or for a long time, because of the quarantine. Yeah, and the action actually, my explanation wasn't. Oh, let's see.
By the time the quarantine ends, I will have been wearing the same nail polish for 2 months. Yes.
That's good.
Excellent.
Okay. Well, that was great, guys. I know this is a slightly strange kind of tense to try and use. We don't use it often in English, but it's good to have. I think it's quite nice to have grammar to describe a very specific type of idea. It makes the language richer.
And some of these examples have been excellent.
Yeah.
Some of them are a lot better than the ones I was producing.
Yeah.
So fantastic. Really well done.
We need to go now.
We need to go.
10 to 1. Nice to meet everyone.
Nice to meet you, and have a lovely rest of your evening day.
Yeah, have a great afternoon.
Bye.
Bye.